makes you fat, slows you down, and eventually kills you. Now, my point here is that you have to take those risks. And to be honest, the rewards are absolutely ineffable. There are no rewards. There are no rewards ever. There is nothing but downside. All you get is to live your career without shame. That's all you get. So what does this have to do? It's a reminder that one serves the public interest best by showing them what you consider to be the best art available, win or lose, global or local. You can't do this without being willing to lose, and you're going to fail any community that does not embrace change. If you are living in a cultural environment that does not embrace change, you should leave. And I'm being perfectly serious here. Contemporary art, since the Roman Republic, has flourished in large urban mercantile places. It don't function on the farm. It doesn't function in the factory town. It doesn't have enough Jews, doesn't have enough gays. It doesn't function in places that resist change. One of the things I like about Las Vegas is that it is about change. It is about embracing change and about living this way. So that is, if you really want to get a bunch of hillbillies into art, I honestly haven't had the faintest idea how you're going to do it. Because the only thing you can possibly do in an environment like this is to provide a refuge for the few students that are only there for a couple of years until they get out. The people in the community actually interested in art, you have no hope. So, I mean, just like, get on with life. Now, the oddity of the relationship between the public sector and the art world is that the public sector always represents people. It does not represent art. You represent art, and that's why they hired you. You're supposed to be experts in art. You're supposed to have opinions about art. Your obligation is not to young artists or to neglected artists or to local artists. Your obligation is to introduce the best art available to the community you serve. This is hard to do because you have to know the state of the arts and what's going on everywhere, and and what you believe in about it. You have to be a specialist in art. You're not being hired as a nanny. You know, you're not. Is it fair to a community of 1 million people to privilege the practice of local losers? No matter how many hugs you get? No, it's not at all. If these people weren't losers, would they be living in your town? You're not in the parenting business. I don't know any artist who need help. Do you understand? No artists need help. Call up Richard Serra. Richard, do you need help? Call up Ed Ruscha. Eddie, need some help. They'll tell you no. My experience is no artist of any competence needs help, or wants you patting him on the head, or her on the head. Your idea is to represent art. Your idea is to represent some standard, so when you do exhibit an artist, that means something. It means you showed with Bob or Joe. You know, it means it is, and people, my contemporaries, Walter Hobbs, people like that. It mattered if Walter did a show for you, because Walter didn't show proud. And if I did a show with you, because I don't show much proud. So generally, there are, you know, in the broadest cultural definition, there are 3 kinds of art. First, there's what I call the blockbuster Baroque that dates back to the Baroque, and at the moment pervades American culture, high and low. Vegas in the movies, Basel, and London. This is that excludes no one on the basis of their courage, taste, identity, or education. It is perfectly explicable from the dumbest to the smartest, from the most sensitive to the most insensitive. Blockbuster art, Jaws, Star Trek, Damien Hirst, on and on. Matthew Barney. Then there's folk art, a long tradition, and certainly not dead in America today. Folk art represents local interests and iconography of a culture, of a city, of an ethnic group, of a region, of a sexual preference, or of the local population. Now, most funding for public art is for this kind of neo-folk art. In other words, and all this neo-folk art does is alienate anybody that's not a part of the community. As W.H. Auden said, if you're having a dinner, 3 people are having beef, 1 person is having chicken, that's not a community. That's a beef community, not a chicken community. So, the point, and I think that one of the, my point here is that the presumption that high art represents extant communities is deeply, deeply